I support Helping Hands for Cruising because it's an amazing charity. They put people on who have a disability or can't afford a cruise. The first recipient was Ford Man, aka Ken Oaks, my great friend. He really deserved that because he supports so many channels and does not let his disability stop him. Also, all the boards are amazing, including Sean, Meg, Costello, and so many others. Please support this amazing charity. Thank you.
Well, you're Ilana.
You're Sean.
And together we are the Down Under Cruisers. Welcome aboard, folks. Now, I didn't hit the wrong button. Why did I have Dani up? Because you see this special logo. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. You see the special logo up here. Well, that's because of Dani. Helping Hands for Cruising, helping others in our community. Mm-hmm. So I thought what I would do is at some stage during the chat, I will bring up Dani. Now, Dani is one of those people who's really, you can't take her away from people. She's also dragged Mum along into this because she wants Mum to help her bring in the love of everybody over there. So, we'll get it done. But first, I just want to say good day to a couple of people in the chat. Oh, my God.
Can I just say that Dani supports everybody?
Yeah, she does.
And I think it's time that we give her back to Dani.
Absolutely. That special young lady. So we'll bring her up shortly. First of all, let me say, Nick is saying bidet.
Bidet.
251 days. Mm-hmm. Seriously, mate, you're always traveling somewhere.
Wonderful.
We've got Meg. Welcome aboard, Meg. Hello there. Dani D sent her. Or she met her here or something like that. Well, yeah, I know that sounds about right. But you know what? We're just waiting on these guys to come on in. Oh, no, wait a minute. Who's there?
Is that the doorbell?
It must be the doorbell. Who's there? Let's have a look, see.
Is it Avon calling?
No, well, it's... it's Dani and Katie.
Mum
Welcome
Katie.
Aboard.
Welcome in.
Hello.
How are you guys?
We're great.
Good.
Did you have far to travel through the universe to get down under? Our basement, our non-existent basement. Just like that.
Yeah.
So I hope you're enjoying the sunshine we've got right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now we have some.
That was said with real excitement. Hey, I'm just going through the chat very quickly just to see who's there. We've got Meg on both sides of the
two channels.
We're actually broadcasting on the Down Under Cruisers and also Helping Hands for Cruising. So this is awesome. So Meg is saying she's in both channels and telling everybody to thumbs up.
Thank you. That helps the channel, particularly Helping Hands, please.
We got Michael Ann in there as well. Welcome
Michael
aboard,
Ann.
Michael Ann. Oh, here we go. Cruise Life TV are in there.
Speaking the Deutsch.
Yeah, trying to speak. His German is much better than my accent. We've got Cruise Life TV. Greg is saying, "Wo ist Dani? Where is Dani?" I understand German, but I don't speak it. Then he we'll go on a bit further. Jeez, there's a lot in the chat. Oh, there we go. Scott! Can you say Scott? Dani?
I can read Dani writing that.
There you go. Dani just said it. She just went, Scott. Okay, who else is in there? Let's go.
Shall I read from my side?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Adventures with Uncle Dave. G'day.
G'day, Uncle Dave.
Nice to see you.
Oh, Mum's disappeared. But that's okay.
That's all right.
She'll be back.
Yep, computer's dying.
Oh.
CCA is here. Welcome in.
Carnival Cruise Addicts.
Hello.
Welcome aboard, guys.
Nice to see you.
There's just so many of you guys in
Najuma,
here.
Welcome in, Najuma. Nice to see
g'day,
you, Najuma. We can see you.
Yeah, Najuma, we can see you. Who else is there?
Mum is wonderful too. Yes,
Yes,
she is.
Mum is gorgeous. G'day, Governor. Welcome aboard, Gov.
Gav, are you still over in the States?
Or have you made it back to the universe? Michael Ann is saying g'day to both of you.
G'day.
Hello, Michael Ann.
Good day.
Oh, no, sorry. She's not saying g'day. She's saying hello.
Carnival Cruise Addicts are saying Dani is the best.
Yeah, well, she's got that right.
The best.
Yeah. The Adventures of Traveling Mike, welcome aboard, buddy.
in.
Nice to have you here. Okay, I'm just flicking through very, very quick because there's like 528 million people and I'm only like 50
Marjorie.
seconds. Oh, Marjorie, welcome aboard.
Marjorie is
okay,
here.
there you go.
There
You're
she
at the
is.
bottom. That's it, bottom of the chat. Okay, so let's talk. Oh, there's more in the chat. Seriously.
G'day, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy. I just wanted to say that yeah, well, Colleen did look much better than you. Seriously. Okay, that's enough there. Oh, look at this. Jimmy's going, Dani. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. I've got down in our description a link to your charity. Your charity is the Costello. What do you call
Syndrome.
it? Costello Syndrome Family Tree. Is that correct?
Family Network.
Family Network. Beg your pardon.
Please tell us just a little bit more about it so people are aware of it.
The syndrome itself is a genetic syndrome. It's not passed down unless a mother or father actually has it, but it's very rare, so that's hardly ever happens. But it's a deletion in one of the chromosomes, and there's actually a lot of different variations of Costello syndrome itself. She has the most common version, but it can affect them in many different ways, and depending on what type you have, it can tell how it affects their health and their there's just a variety of different, but most of the kids that when they're born, they have feeding issues. Danielle has feeding issues and orthopedic issues. Those are her main problems, but a lot of them can have heart issues, a greater incidence of cancer, spinal issues, brain issues. It just like runs the gamut on everything that you could just touch almost every part of your body and it could affect them. That she's lucky enough that she's fairly healthy and she doesn't have a lot of issues. So
that's good.
She has one issue that's really severe.
Yeah.
It's the issue of being associated with Helping Hands for Cruising, and we've been trying to win her off it, but it's what it is.
I think she's addicted now.
And another one is how loved Dani is in the community.
No,
I think that's a super major issue.
Oh, that's a huge issue
that everyone would love to have.
Yep.
Can I just ask a question about the fundraising for it? Tell us where the money is channeled to. Is it to research? Is it to getting together?
What do you say? Yeah, so all the money it goes to research, it goes to conference costs, which every other year they have a conference, and it depends on where they have it. It's in different places. Usually it's in the U.S., but international Costello families will also come. So it is an international conference, but it's always held in the U.S. somewhere. And Florida, we do every other conference, and then somewhere else, like West Coast, Mid Coast. So we do a lot of traveling. We get to see a lot of different things, but it goes towards a lot of the conference costs because just, paying for the hotel and all that sort of stuff, everything that goes into researchers that come. They have a separate researchers section during our Costello conference, and then we have the family portion of it, which is a lot of talks by different doctors will come in and talk about the different areas. Like somebody that's an orthopedic doctor will come in. And then we also have the doctors will have a medical day where you can sign up and each person can go in and see whatever doctors they want to see. And it helps them with their research. And, they take a lot of data and they come up with statistics on Costello and incidences of, occurrences and things like that. So,
I've just been leaving this link at the bottom because that's actually the link to your charity.
Yep.
Now
it's her actual fundraising page, so it'll go in as Danielle, so they'll know that it's for her.
Now, Dani, what is your goal for this particular fundraiser?
To raise as much money as I can.
Oh my God. I keep saying that, but you know what? All I did was raise $6,000. I mean, seriously. Okay. How much is as much money as you can?
Well, we had it at what, 2,500 was her initial goal.
Yeah. Oh well.
Fantastic.
We'll keep plodding on, trying to get that, assisting getting that. Now, Michael Ann says you have a major problem, major issue. And that major issue is you also have FOMO, fear of missing out. You're in everybody's chat.
We all have that, don't we?
Well, in some way, yes.
Yeah. Very quickly, g'day Jennifer from Embarkation Nation, and
hey, Jennifer.
Also
hey,
Joe, welcome back from wherever you were. Meg is saying that you are her sister. She has no choice. Yeah.
Jenny, I don't know if you're aware, but there are donations coming in now. So
awesome.
Amazing.
Michael Ann is saying that yes, she's my YouTube sister too. Seriously, you've got more sisters than you knew. Katie, you didn't know you had that many kids, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
No, you've collected a whole new family, I can tell you.
Yeah, you don't have a choice, seriously. Okay, a couple of people are saying g'day to each other. I'm just flicking through the chat. Here we go. Jenny is saying, Jennifer from Embarkation Nation is saying, yes, Dani is super loved.
She is.
Dani, don't get too big a head from all these compliments, let me tell you. Greg has just donated $250.
Thank you, Greg.
Amazing.
Yeah. Very generous.
Yeah.
Wow.
Meg is saying, Dani, we all know goals are important, but sometimes it's good to quantify them. Carnival Cruise Addicts is going, oh my God, Cruise Life TV, that's amazing. It is amazing.
Can I just say, Dani is a walking advertisement for Helping Hands, because she's got the full kit. She goes and gets all the merch from head to toe, and we appreciate that, because that helps our charity as well.
You know, with all the help that you put in there, you are absolutely amazing, because what you've done is you've helped put two families on board a cruise ship.
Nice.
Do you know how big that is?
Very big.
That's pretty special.
Yeah. Meg is literally crying. Can you believe that? I don't know whether it's from laughter or from serious stuff, but Meg, you're awesome. Joe is saying he was with Eddie Lugo, Jeremy, and Scott from Controversial Cruising. Well, that's cool.
Glad you're here.
Glad you're here. Jimmy is saying that that's fantastic, and Cruise Life TV is saying, "Come on, show me up." Well, I'll tell you what. We will show you up.
Mike is asking, when is the deadline for the fundraiser? Or is it an always open?
It's always open. Yeah. I mean, usually up until
I think April, she said.
April for the next conference.
Okay.
For that. Yeah.
So there you go. There's always time to donate.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me a second. I got to find something because it's been requested. And I'll put it up again.
Yes, I did see that.
There we go. There we go. So that's going to stay up a bit. And what I'll do is I'll leave that there for a minute while I just read out some of the things in the chat. So, Dani, what is the cruise show, the cruise stream that you like the best?
Oh.
Is it Helping Hands for Cruising, or is it the Down Under Cruises?
Both.
Both? Okay, that's okay. As long as you didn't say Carnival Cruise Addicts or someone like that, you know.
Thank you, Scott. Scott's put a donation in.
Now,
thank you so much.
Jennifer from Embarkation Nation says, always love how Dani lights up when she talks about her big bro and future sister-in-law.
She's very excited.
That's going to be a big day, isn't it?
That's very exciting. Yeah.
There we go. It just brings me closer to where the chat is. Controversial Cruising, Scott is saying, I could not come support my girl, Dani. What? You couldn't? Oh, yeah, okay, it's a double negative. Could not come and support your girl. There you go.
Marjorie is saying that, Dani, you can always be her permanent cruise roommate.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
Oh, Dani, you got to get another cruise then, apparently. Meg is still crying from Greg's terrible German. You know what, Greg? I don't do the German. I just use the accent. It is so much better. Well, hang on a second. 41,370 raised under Dani. Is that correct?
No, they corrected it. I think it's fourth. Take off the first one.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
1,000. That's better.
1,370.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
The largest.
I was going to say, wow.
Scott is saying, I know it's not much, Dani, but donated $10.
Thank you, Scott.
It all helps. Every little bit helps.
And Michael Ann is saying, thank you. Every little bit helps. Yeah,
G'day, Jonesy.
Awesome, Scott. Just another 100 more at $10, and that's $1,000. Yep.
About your accent. They're crying from your accent.
Well, I can imagine they're crying because, I mean, I cry a lot. And you know what? There's only one other person I will speak German to. Oh. And I'm not going to mention it because if I mention it
3 times,
he'll pop in.
But we can, the more the merrier who pop in.
Rain closet.
Uncle Dave is saying he doesn't believe that he's ever been in a live chat on any channel and Dani wasn't there. Carnival Cruise Addicts just dropped $300 into your charity.
Nice. Thank you.
Wow.
Scott is saying Dani puts the biggest smile on my face. I mean, you actually had Daniel, you actually had Scott in tears earlier on, Dani, with one of your comments, I swear. Jonesy, g'day, Jonesy. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Scott is saying now he's crying. Well, so you should, because you're just funny. What can I say? Okay, there he is. Holy cow from Megs and C's. I'm crying from the accent. Which accent are we referring to? This one or the other one? The good one or the bad one? Scott, oh my God. Yeah, okay, he wants to go to the bathroom.
No, I think he's amazed at the donation.
Yep. Everybody's amazed at the donations. I think you're going to have a really good day today.
G'day, Amy.
Oh, Amy's there.
Amethyst, Amy.
G'day, Amy. Welcome aboard. Hey, Amy, I'm going to play a video shortly because you have a cruise in like 55 days. Oh, wow. Sorry, 6. Is that a 5 or a 6?
That's a 64 days.
64 days. My eyes are still playing up. So we're going to play a video shortly about that. G'day, Paul. Welcome aboard. There's no crying in YouTube, Sean. Why not? You can cry from laughter, and that's all I want. Oh, Jimmy, Sean, don't do it. Don't do what?
Oh, yes.
The other words or just the accent?
Hogan's Hero's German accent.
Can I just go back to Dani and Costello Syndrome for a moment, if you don't mind?
You can take an hour.
So that we can just get even a bigger understanding of it. Dani, may I ask, having Costello Syndrome, how does it affect you daily, if it does affect you daily?
Like I can't walk a lot. I have calluses under my feet.
Mm-hmm.
Now I drink my formula instead of tube fed.
Yeah, so she doesn't really eat solid food.
Right.
I mean, a few potato chips here and there.
Uh-huh. Oh, well, who doesn't? Yeah.
So Dani, we can fix that. You don't need to walk a lot. You can just run. And swimming is always good.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I'm just having a look at some of the people in the chat. Yeah, Jimmy is saying don't say his name. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not even going to say the word that associates him. I'll just use the accent. There we go. Now, what are some of the things that you find your charity allows, your syndrome, I beg your pardon, your syndrome allows you to do that no one else can?
Get to meet my friends and have fun with them.
Yep.
The conferences,
we all have fun with you.
The conferences are very important for these guys because they just feel comfortable and they, they're just like family, and they all have the same, issues, and they all understand each other, and they don't get any odd looks or anything. They just are just just fun to be with.
Well, Dani, let me say, I get odd looks every day. Ilana.
She sure does.
Scott is saying that, yeah, you do run. You run into everybody's chat.
Yep.
And Greg from Cruise Life TV says he knows nothing. Who's that? Hogan's Heroes. Yeah, Scott's saying most of the time you're in most of the chats.
Yep.
It's almost like you've got that mobile phone stuck to your...
She really does, yes. She comes home from work and she is on it like all night.
There's my question. Do you sleep?
Yep, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know what.
That's a surprise.
If anybody asks me, do I sleep, then I go and I say, okay, so sleep is overrated.
Right.
Meg is saying, Dani, I know you like to see numbers. $610 this hour.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
G'day, Cruz Bolero. Welcome aboard, guys. Nice to have you here. Oh, no, Meg.
No. Don't
Meg,
read it. Don't say it.
Seriously.
Don't say it.
You know what she said?
Yeah, right. Say it.
Oh, there you go. You said it as well. That's two. Oh, my gosh. Seriously. Now, don't you say it a third time because it's almost like Beetlejuice. Greg is saying, everyone, quick, hit the thumbs up. Yeah, quick. Oh, no, Michael and...
Oh, no, they are wishing it.
They're wishing it.
Not that we would not like to see.
Meg is saying Dani is family here, and boy, you definitely are. Jennifer is asking, does it end with ice?
Well,
I'm not going to say.
No,
I'm not going to say.
thing.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
Did not say the
that's
whole thing.
it.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Carnival Cruise Addicts are saying Dani shows up for everyone and always supports all the folks here. She deserves all the support in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh no, Meg has done it. Meg has done it.
Well,
Third time.
wait and see.
Yeah.
G'day, Eric B. Nice to see you.
G'day, Eric. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. Paul is saying we're changing the name of the Down Under cruises to the Bald and the Beautiful. Yeah, I'd go with that. I do look beautiful. No, sorry.
Hang on, excuse. I do have. Okay.
Yeah, well, yours is natural.
As opposed to what?
My
yours is natural too.
Your hands are frozen.
Natural nothingness up there.
Oh my God. Meg has gone with fresh. Oh my God.
Oh, you said it.
She's blown it now.
She did twice.
Bolero is going controversial, cruising. Hey there, fam. Everybody's fam here.
Ooh. Whoa.
What?
Paul saying g'day to beautiful Miss Meg.
I think so.
Yeah, I should.
I think so.
Meg is saying, so Michael Land beat me. Yeah, she did. She said it. What can I say? Okay. I'm just trying to go there. Okay. Eric, hey, so Sean.
Greg and Michelle, you are superstars.
Greg.
Oh, we've got
Greg.
Greg's a superstar, man.
Amazing. Another donation. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
We've got Ross.
That's amazing.
In the chat and in Seattle at the moment. He's waiting on an opportunity to meet up with Bruce.
Nice.
Yep. Okay, so let's have a look. You know what? I just donated another 250 because you are so awesome. And there you go. You are awesome.
That is super generous.
It's very generous.
Yeah. Now, Dani.
Yep.
Do you have a lot of friends that have the same syndrome?
Yep, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do they know roughly how many people around the world suffer from it?
It's hard to tell, but we're guessing somewhere around 500
in the world.
Wow.
That's
very rare.
Yes.
Yeah.
G'day, Scott Smith. Welcome aboard. And he's saying good evening to us and Dani. Welcome aboard.
I'm just going to have a quick look and see if I can get figures for here in Australia, actually.
As to how many?
I should have done previously, but it's now got me curious.
We do have a map of the world and how many, but I don't have access to it now.
Just see if I can have a quick.
Yeah, I mean now that it's recognized now way more. When we first found out when she had it, hardly anybody knew about it. The doctors didn't know about it. There was very few doctors that actually knew about it. So now it's getting out there more and more, and they can they have a test for it now, which they didn't have back then. And
now, question: do you? How did things start off that you knew you had an issue?
Well, when she was born, they whisked her away for like 6 hours, and they said her measurements were a little off. She was, I think she had low sugar, and she had shoulder dysplasia. She wasn't breathing when she came out. I think just her appearance. So they took her away, and they couldn't figure it out, obviously, but she couldn't even suck. So she couldn't drink, and they sent us home anyway, but, it was a struggle. So,
sorry, Katie, I don't mean to interrupt you, but just sort of it's the train of thought when you said that. Yeah. So how did you cope at home? If she wasn't drinking and sucking, how did you?
Well, we tried for, like about 6 weeks, and then the doctor said, okay, she's got to go to the hospital. So, when she went into the hospital, they put an NG tube in, which a tube that goes through your nose and down into your throat. So that's how we fed her for a while, for months and months. And then they took it out because she was starting to gain weight. But it was still a real struggle because she really couldn't suck very well. So it was like, slitting nipples and getting the nipples bigger to try to get her to be able to suck. When the other problem was that she threw up all the time. So even if it took me 2 ounces in an hour to get down her, she would throw it back up. So it was just constant feeding. So eventually she never really did learn to eat, really. But I think that's just because of her mouth positioning and stuff like that. But most of them do end up learning to eat.
Right.
Dani, Carnival Cruise Addict says you are very rare.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's hard to find a more amazing human being than you. So they think you're awesome. We all think you're awesome. So there you go. Amy has asked the question, how long did it take for you to find a diagnosis?
Good question. So when she was about 4 years old, her genetic doctor sent her blood work up to Boston to kind of get an idea of like maybe they could find out what she had from her blood. And then they said, well, possibly she has this thing called Costello Syndrome, but we don't know. So then I started looking it up on the internet, of course, and then I found the Costello Syndrome website, a guy in England who started the website, and it was fairly new. And he said, well, sounds like she might have it. We're having a conference in Alabama in 2 weeks. So we just packed our bags and went down, and one of the doctors there who had seen a few Costello people diagnosed her with it just from clinical features.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. And I suppose in some way, that would have been a little bit of a relief that you now know.
Yeah. At least we had something, but they still didn't know that much about it. So we learned all together going along. There was probably like, I don't know, 13 families that we started with, and we're still friends with them today. And we kind of developed, we've kind of learned about the syndrome together. So it's been a long road.
Can you just hang on 2 seconds? Can you please stop reading my mind?
Good questions, though. Yeah.
No, I've got nothing to say.
Oh, no. It's most unusual for him.
Yeah, he's stumped.
He's always got plenty to say.
Well, some of it is good. Some of it is, yep. Meg is saying Dani's heart is hard to find. She's always willing to help anyone with anything. Let me see what else is on in the chat. Now, notice I've just left at the bottom there the link. Folks, go ahead, look at that link, click on it if you can, and certainly go in and if you feel so desired, donate. It's a very worthy cause. Helping Hands can't put everybody on a cruise ship, but we can certainly direct people to other charities as well.
Yes, Michael and Sean's speechless. No.
Jennifer from Embarkation Nation is saying awareness is key and so amazing. You all have such a great support of other families and continue to educate other individuals. Yeah. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned out of this whole thing?
Biggest lesson. When she was growing up, I just had no expectations. I was like, don't have any expectations, just be happy with what they can accomplish. So I was just like, every day, if she would accomplish something, it was just that much more than I thought she could do. So it was, just a constant evolving thing. Just don't have expectations and just take what you get when you get it.
One blessing after another, right?
Yeah.
Is it still a learning curve?
Not really. I mean, like now that she's, 29, nothing much has changed for her. But like for the younger families, probably there's a lot of new things that pop up, I suppose, or that they learn about.
Meg is saying, Katie, you raised a beautiful human.
Well, thank you.
More to the point now, Dani, do you find being 29 that you have the opportunity to teach the younger ones?
Yep. And we do a panel of me and the other people.
Yeah.
At the conferences. Yep.
We do they ask us questions about what we do and other stuff.
Yeah, the younger families kind of look up to the older ones to kind of learn and see what they've accomplished and what they can do, and something to look, in a positive light for her, because it's very scary when you have a baby and you don't know what's going to happen with that baby.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. There are role models out there.
Yeah.
It's great.
So Greg is asking, Dani, did you have a live on the HH4C on the last charity event? Well, not the last one, but the one before that. Actually, this is the first live that Dani's actually sat in the whole live.
Wow.
And so we're really proud of you for that. You should have
it.
actually done a live stream yourself, young lady.
Yeah.
One day.
We'll get her there.
So Scott is asking, what fuels you to be the most spectacular supporter ever?
I like to giggle and have fun with all you guys.
How did you start that, Dani? Like, what was it that got you into coming onto YouTube and supporting all the channels to begin with?
I saw Kenny on the live, and then I saw Fee, and that's how I started.
Right. Okay.
Do you remember what the live was?
I think I saw Kenny on Andrew Hayes, and then I found Kenny, and Kenny brought me here, and then Fee.
It's all Kenny's fault.
Actually, Kenny brought a lot of people together.
Yeah, he did. It's all Kenny's fault. Meg is saying to Greg that some of us are behind the scenes people. Well, Meg is another one of those behind the scenes people.
But that's okay. They're needed too behind the scenes.
Yep. Hang on a second. Paul is saying, don't feel bad. My parents didn't have any expectations for me either, and I met every one of them. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's about right. Meg is saying, neither of us like to be on camera. We know that. And Ross is saying, if there were more people in the world like Dani, our world would be a better place. Hallelujah. Thank you. Mike is saying, I think Dani D needs a theme song.
Oh,
yeah. Mike, make it clean.
Come on.
Michael Ann is saying, yes, she does. And I'm saying, Mike, make it clean.
I think Dani's got a slightly wicked sense of humor.
Oh, boy, does she ever. That's why I'm saying make it clean.
I know.
Yep. Greg is saying for some reason he thought Dani was on one of the HH4C lives. Mate, she's on every live, not on camera, behind the scenes. Okay. Scott from Controversial Cruising says, yes, Mike, she does. So we'll be hearing one of your songs shortly. No doubt.
Well, you never know. Well,
yeah.
Can't wait.
Scott is saying, if you make the song, I'll make the intro, Mike. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. It's there for everyone to see.
There we go. Greg from Cruise Life is saying, I want Dani on our next HH4C live charity event. If we can get her on there, I'll tell you what, I'll be there to help you guys push her on.
Well, she's with us now, so there's a start.
There we go.
No excuse now, Dani.
Yep. Michael Ann is saying that the board got to meet Dani and Katie on a Zoom meeting when she was awarded the Papa Mozo Award.
That's right, last year. Yep.
And I'll tell you what, that was the best moment of our life to actually award you that.
So somebody asked me, from a mother's aspect, I could fathom the fear that you must have felt when your baby couldn't feed. If you met a new mother with the same situation, what advice would you give them? Yep. Well, I would say if they are having problems with feeding, then definitely put a G-tube in right away. We waited almost a whole year or something before put that in. And I think we could have saved a lot of anguish had we put it in a lot earlier. And luckily she was healthy enough, but I think the nutrition could have been better if she had that feeding tube in right from the start. But now they know more about it, and I think they would probably do that. Back then we didn't really know.
Yeah.
Marjorie is saying, Dani, you are her role model as a woman with a disability. You convinced her to book the rock and roll tribute cruise. Your passion for this organization became very contagious to her. So there you go, Dani.
Oh, gosh.
That's
That makes me
huge.
emotional, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, Marjorie.
Greg from Cruise Life is saying Michelle was a behind-the-scene person, very camera shy, but now she's a natural. Anybody can become a natural. Just wait and see. And Meg said, and then she got to get you to mod as well.
Now you can't stop her.
No, you can't. No, and I'll tell you what. You've got two people competing with each other to get things in the chat first. It's like one's arguing with the other. I got there first. No, I got there first. It's almost awesome.
Can I just say, Marjorie, that was a really beautiful thing to say.
Whoa.
Really, wow.
Which one's Cruise Life?
What's up?
Again? Holy moly.
You're running out of battery?
No, I'm looking at Greg. He donated more money.
What?
Oh, he's awesome.
Crazy man.
Yeah, he
Wow.
is.
Crazy man.
Michelle and I love Dani so much, just donated another $500.
Woo.
Thank you, Greg.
That's amazing.
What's the goal? What happens when you get over $2,000?
Nothing. You just keep going. Well, we already hit the 2,500, so 2,530 she has. Well, from her whatever she had from before. So
amazing.
So Marjorie is saying Dani was the first person with a disability that she met in the organization. I'm just flicking down very quickly because there's a whole lot of stuff. Okay. Good day, Shaz and Gaz. Hi, beautiful people with family, but we'll watch the replay. Awesome.
Good.
Thank you. Jennifer is saying, so sorry, she meant couldn't. Thank you so much for answering.
Singing for 2,500.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so I think the total now is 1,460. That's right, Mike.
Yep.
So
she has to sing for 2,500. Is that what PSV is saying?
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. Dani sings for 20. Well, but that's Paul. But that's if you give her 2,500. You donate 2,500, we'll get Dani to sing. But to get her total up to 2,500, nah. You put in 2,500, we'll get her to sing. Meg is saying Dani is such an amazing human. She goes above and beyond, and she doesn't ever stop. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Greg is saying we want to see. They want to see the wedding pics and videos when that comes up, which would be awesome.
Well.
Especially the ones where Dani is dancing right in the middle there with everybody.
Yeah, she will. Right. Yeah.
Oh, Paul's copping out now. Miss Meg already donated for him. Yeah. Yeah. I believe
easy
you.
way out.
Yeah, that's right. Let me see how we're doing for time. Goodness me, we've done 44 minutes already, and I need to sell a couple of cruises. So let me start off with Amy's cruise first up, because that's the next one coming up in 64 days. And that cruise will have Roxanne on board. So come on, folks, let's go. All right, folks. Let me have a look. I've just gone into the
cruise.
chat and I'm just noticing here a few things. First of all, Shaz and Gaz, there is a link at the bottom of the screen. That link is to Dani's, is direct to Dani's fundraiser. You will also see Meg has put in a link earlier on. Meg, if you don't mind, just put the link in one more time so that people can click on that to go into the
there it is.
Yeah,
on the screen now.
it is on the screen, but if you just do that, Meg, then people can just go ahead and click on it and they can go into the chat. So that's your answer. Oh, thanks, Ross. I appreciate that, mate.
You, Ross.
He's letting me put up a video that that will not have any.
We don't need the money box today.
Yeah, that's right. We don't need the money box. Cruise Life TV. Look at the figure.
Wow. Brilliant.
So now you've got 2530 in your kitty. But that's awesome. That's incredibly awesome. And thank you so much, Greg and Michelle.
Thank you, Greg.
And Meg.
Thank you, Meg.
Scott and everybody else.
Big Scott.
Yeah, but Meg, I know you donated for him, but you didn't donate $2,500 because that's what Paul said he wanted in order for Dani to sing. So put in the $2,500 and we'll get Dani singing. Seriously. Now, now, Meg, please put in that link again so that I can put it up. It'll be much closer to where we were. I was going to go up and find it. There we go. I found it anyway. There we go. There's the link, folks. Okay, so now seeing as I've got freehand here at putting up, I'm going to put up this video because this video is going to be our big fundraiser cruise, and we want everybody on there. You never know, Dani, strange things could happen. But it'll be our big cruise, and we want everybody on there. So here we go. Let's have a look-see. What an awesome
amazing,
cruise.
isn't it?
And
Wow.
by the way,
Wow.
Greg and Michelle, you have said that you would love to go on this cruise, but you're just getting off the Alaskan cruise. Just let me speak to your bosses and I'll get you on this cruise, no problem. Dani, do you remember the first cruise you ever went on?
There was a Make-A-Wish cruise. It's a Disney one.
Did you have fun?
Might have been the second one, but yeah, she did do a Make-A-Wish cruise on the Disney, one of the Disney cruise lines.
And did you enjoy it?
It was fun. I had my grandparents, my brothers, and my uncle.
Oh, a real family affair. That's
The whole
nice.
family. Wow, that's awesome. Well, you know what? We can always go in the right direction and get some other cruising happening at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. You never know. Meg is saying she's in Chris's boat. Can't cruise during this time of the year. Oh, come on, any excuse will do. Seriously, we'll get you on board at some point. Uncle David says would like to thank Cruise Life TV and Helping Hands for Cruising for allowing him to participate in the live cruiseathon shows. It really meant a lot to him. Thank you again. You know what, Uncle Dave? We appreciate everything you've done, even to the point of where you've cleaned up Scott's green room. Thank you very much. It was a real stinking mess beforehand, and you've just done the amazing stuff of getting it all sorted. So yeah, welcome aboard, and anytime. We appreciate that. Paul is saying if that's rock and roll there, then me and Jimmy are taking our guitars and taking over, please. Well, Paul, we'd love you to come on board, but you're going to have to compete with Ricky Rocker, and that's going to be another issue. Greg is saying he's the boss. Well, then what's the problem? I mean, seriously. Just give me 5 minutes with your boss and I'll sort you out. I mean, I'll get you on the cruise. Okay. Just very quickly through the chat. Just going to all the bits and pieces. Okay. Greg, that wasn't Uncle Dave. Oh, okay. Who was it then? Okay. Now, with you in the future, Dani, what things would you like to see happen with your syndrome?
I'll make more people aware of it, like doctors and other people.
Do you think the doctors don't generally have an idea of what's going on?
No.
It's getting better over the years for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So,
are there some telltale signs that they could be looking for or looking at in order to make the diagnoses?
Yeah. When you're pregnant with a Costello child, your amniotic fluid builds up because they are not drinking it. So you have excess amniotic fluid. So that's like the first sign. It's like you get fairly big. And then, I think that's the initial sign. And then other than that, you wouldn't know. From ultrasounds, they can tell that they might be a little disproportional, like head might be bigger than the rest of the body. Like their scalp might look a little different, might look like a diabetic baby kind of thing. The limbs are just not like in proportion in there. So those are the things that an ultrasound will show you. But I think the first physical sign that the mother would know would be the amniotic fluid.
And is there something that can be done in utero?
No. They just have to make sure the amniotic fluid doesn't build up too much.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And of course, not being a genetic thing, there's no testing for it.
There is testing. They can do testing now in utero. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a question from Uncle Davey saying, is there some type of merch store for the Syndrome Foundation to help raise awareness?
I think there is.
If we go on, I don't know, you have just Google Costello Syndrome. We have our own Costello Syndrome Family Network. The one that we're raising money for is the U.S. based one.
Mm-hmm.
There's an international one, Costello Syndrome, and he may have merchandise on the UK site.
Yep.
Or we might have. Is that on ours or the other one? Oh, I guess we do have some. Well, we have like T-shirts. I don't know what else they have. He may have more on his site, but on our United States site, well, you guys are in Australia, so if you Google one of those two. But
Yes, we do.
I know they have T-shirts on ours,
And
but I don't know
yeah.
if they have something else.
Shirts and hoodies.
Oh, shirts and hoodies. That has something like what Danielle's wearing.
Well, Dani has a lot of hoodies from every single channel out there. So
Tell me,
yeah.
she's got like 55 hoodies, and and that's stuff that she's bought too.
Yes.
I mean,
Yep.
she just buys constantly.
Now, Meg has said, hang on a second. First of all, she said, thank you, Katie, for bringing us the awesome woman.
That's awesome.
She's also gone and said, Uncle Dave, she'll ask Dani afterwards and get the link, and then she'll send it. So we'll get the link there.
Question for Dani.
Mike is asking question. Dani, what is your favorite style of music, or doesn't it matter?
Doesn't matter if I listen to my mom's cousin's band a lot.
I don't know what he plays, but I don't know what his style is.
Trust me, there'll be a song coming up. We need a Dani T-shirt, says Paul.
Yes, to go with a theme song.
Correct.
There you go.
And Marjorie is saying, Dani, birthday cruises make the best solo cruises. You can hop on her walker and share it with her. Jennifer from Embarkation Nation is saying agreed with Paul that we need a Dani shirt. And Greg is saying, we love how quick and witty Dani is. Sean, thank you for having this live show. Hey, it's our pleasure. I just figured that we have an extremely fantastic super supporter who helps our mod extraordinaire. So the two of them work in tandem, and I need to just help out. So there will be a helping hands for cruising assistance coming in shortly. And so I'm going to bring this up because we've got just under 30 seconds to complete the live stream. And before we say thank you to Dani and Katie for coming on board, Helping Hands for Cruising not only supports people going on board cruises, but we also reckon that there are other people that have some needs. So Helping Hands for Cruising will donate after the show. We will donate $600 to the cause.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
So with that in mind, folks, and I've beaten everybody else out there, we want to say thank you for coming on board. We're going to call it quits now so that Dani, Katie, Ilana, and I can talk about all of you behind your backs. And so what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to call it quits and say thank you for coming on board and joining us.
And being so generous.
Yes,
thank you all for your donations. That's amazing.
And with that in mind, folks, we wish you a fantastic weekend. Take care now. Bye.
Thank you all.